Hi guys! Today we're going to talk about overgiving. Are you a chronic overgiver? This is something that so many sensitive people are guilty of. We fall into this, but I can give a little more, but I really want to help. But if I don't give, who else would? But they need help. But I'm here to give. This is the reason for my existence, right? To give something all the time until there's nothing left. And then you essentially in self-sacrifice mode all the time. Even when you know it's not benefiting you. Even when you know that this is not harmonious. Even when you know that you actually give something that feels off. Not the true-hearted giving. I'm not talking about that. That's compassion. But giving when you kind of think you're being compassionate, but you actually kind of feel bad about it at the same time, that's when you know you're overgiving. Our intuition always tells us there's a discrepancy there. So how many of you have that feeling? Comment yes below if that is you, so that I know that this is hitting the spot. This experience of overgiving is a common state because of the misconception of what it means to be compassionate and loving. So definitely comment yes if this is something that is of interest to you, to figure out how not to do, right? So for the ones of you who don't know me, I am Eugenia Oganova. I am a soul strategist and a founder of TRANSCENSION GATE. What that means is I'm here to help you discover your life's purpose, own your self-worth, and design clear steps on the path to your destiny. All right, and before I forget, I want to give you a free gift. This time it's a self-love challenge. So the ones of you who went through it with me the last year, you know how awesome that is. That allows you to look at yourself and different ways of how you can be not loving and then change it into being loving towards yourself. It takes 5 minutes for 5 days in a row. It's really awesome. All you gotta do is watch a little video and then throughout that day, focus on that energy. So sign up for the free self-love challenge. The link is either below this video or to the side of it. I would love to help you figure out how to love yourself more. So back to the overgiving. Why do we do it? As I said, one of the main reasons for that is because especially spiritually oriented sensitive people like starseeds and light workers have this belief that we're here to serve. That means we're here to give ourselves, and there's so much suffering, so we're just going to give, and then somehow it's going to get better. Like this is our mission. That is not our mission. That's a misconception. What happens instead in reality is that when we synchronize with the suffering by tuning into the scarcity of it, not only did we ourselves fall out of the state of abundance, but we also actually now supplying the morphogenic field of scarcity around Earth. So we're actually doing the opposite of what we're trying to do. Instead of serving the light, serving the consciousness and syntropic harmony, right, which is abundance, we end up serving scarcity because all we see is suffering, and then we try to fix the suffering. Anytime we try to fix anything, that means we're already in scarcity. Nothing is broken. There are plenty of issues. There are plenty of things that are not harmonious, but it does not make them broken. In every disharmony, there is a reason. Sometimes it requires a little bit extra effort on the part of the person stuck in disharmony. Sometimes it's extremely helpful to have an external source that supports that person, but not fuels that person. This is where the overgiving happens. So my energy guides that I work with, the solar console, which is the body of many different beings that are conscious and beyond this planet, the way that we look at giving is actually more like sharing. Sharing is a harmonious way. So if you think about it like a light bulb, and there's electricity current running through it, it radiates light, And now there's light in the room. Yay! That's sharing. That's not the same thing as I'm a battery and I'm going to give you some of my electricity. Now you plug into me, you run yourself on my energy. Meanwhile, my battery is getting less and less and less and less, and before long I feel exhausted and miserable and maybe even angry because I feel like you're taking something that you shouldn't have. But that only happens because I gave it to you, right? So that pattern is what we need to watch for. In a sharing state, that means we run universal life force and we radiate that energy happily into the world. We are in a state of syntropic abundance energy. From that place, when we interact with somebody who's in a difficult situation or somebody who might be in pain, by the fact of us remaining in that state, we are radiating energy naturally, and that being, that person or that animal, now has a chance of correcting their state of scarcity because they now resonating with our state of abundance. So I'm not talking about money here or physical things. Abundance and scarcity are energy states. Think of it like an environment of certain parameters of perception. When we're in scarcity, we believe that there's not enough of something, so it's either or. Either I have it or they have it and then I don't. That's scarcity state of perception. When we're in abundance, that's syntropic, as an opposite of entropic. So syntropic means self-sourcing. So when we're in abundant state of mind, that means we are constantly sourced by the universal energy. In other words, we cannot run out of energy, right? That's sharing. From that place, you share all you want to anyone, but you're not actually giving anything. You're essentially remaining in alignment, and by the fact of you remaining in a more harmonious state, you are serving others. As soon as we fall into, oh, but I have to give because they don't have something, we're right back into scarcity. So then we end up forgetting our mission of helping this world and actually join the world negativity. So it's like we would join the ones that we came to help in their mess instead of helping them out of their mess. That's why overgiving is actually not only counterproductive, but it even can make us karma. In other words, if we gave too much of something that we didn't need to or was not correct in alignment, and it ended up being detrimental to us, like we were in scarcity when we were doing it, when that person dies in that lifetime without resolving that issue, that means in the next lifetime that becomes a karmic pattern. So it kind of gets dragged along from lifetime to lifetime until we face it and resolve it. And the resolution is that we help the most by not being a mess. We help the most by being syntropic, harmonious, abundant being of light and consciousness. Then whoever comes in contact with us benefits by the fact that we are not going to slide down whatever the state that they are. When they're upset or angry or whatever, we're just not going to go there. We're going to beam love at them but remain where we are. Then we will never be depleted of energy. We will forever have enough, and we actually are serving from that place. Okay? So I would love you guys to comment below what has been your recent experience when you knew you overgave. It might have looked good on the outside, like you did a thing that somebody even praised you maybe for, said like, yay, good job, wow, you're so nice, you're such a good person. But internally you almost felt angry about it. You almost felt like, oh, you know, this was like, I did it just so I get the praise, but I didn't really like it. Or maybe you had some other experience that had to do with overgiving. I would like to know what it is and what was your solution. How, like, did you notice that? What did you do to resolve that? So please comment below, and don't forget to like the video and sign up for the free self-love challenge. 5 days, 5 minutes a day, and it's awesome. It's so going to help you to love yourself better. Bye.